Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out some Shop Masay new stuff that they have. They have brand new palettes, which if you are familiar with Shop Masay and if you watched my video of a full face of Shop Masay, they only have like singles, but now they have full palettes. Super exciting. This one is the Violets Are Blue. They have like 3 different ones, but we're gonna try this one out today. I also have their brand new concealer, which is called AOA Studio Liquid Concealer Natural Finish. And this is what it looks like. Their other one was very, very thick and super drying under the eyes. So I'm hoping that this one's gonna be a lot better since it says that it's a natural finish. Shop Masay has a bunch of palettes and a bunch of concealers, but I'm talking about the concealer and palette from AOA Studio, which is their own brand. So that's what I'm talking about today. And I used their single shadows before and they were really, really nice. So I'm excited to see if this palette is going to be just as good. And I also got their brushes, which this isn't really new. So basically you get like this case and you open it up and it's like 2 sides. So you can like do 2 cups and you get 10 eye brushes. And this is $10. So you basically get the carrying case for free. So we're gonna try some of the brushes, but basically the video is going to be about the palette and we're gonna see how good this is and if it's worth the very inexpensive price that it is. I hope you guys are excited, and before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe. And yes, it's almost Christmas and I'm panicking. Let's jump right in. Okay guys, so I brought you in a little bit closer and I just did my brows. They look really messy, but I figured why not cut them out with the concealer? So we're gonna try this out right now. This is what the concealer looks like. It is in the shade Nude and it is like a squeezy tube. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and squeeze it out on my, ooh, it's really thick, on my palette here. This is what it looks like right there. So pretty thick formula. So basically I'm just gonna take my brush and dip in there and cut out these brows.
Christmas is all about.
I really like that. That's super creamy. It blends out really nicely. I actually really like the shade that I chose. It matches. I'm also going to prime my lids with this concealer. I don't like to do this normally. I'm more of a eyeshadow primer type of girl, but you guys might be curious to see how this concealer works with eyeshadows on top of it. So I'm gonna try that out. Okay, so basically the palette comes like this. I really like the packaging. It looks very, very high-end. Like, it feels good. It doesn't feel cheap at all, but this is just a sleeve. So you just take the sleeve off, and then this is what the palette looks like. There's 3, I think, of these, or maybe more. I'll insert the pictures of the other ones that I don't have. There was one that was like all mattes, and the other one I didn't like the color story. This one was like the one that I liked the most, so let me open it up. And then this is what the palette looks like. So you get a good mix of neutrals and like colors, which I really like. So you get like the bottom half is all neutrals and the top half is like purples and blues. So yes ma'am, I'm into that. So first up, I'm gonna set my primer with this shade right here. It's almost like a lighter lavender than this one right here. So let's see how that goes. Okie dokie, so that looks pretty good, very pigmented, pretty good. So I really want to work with the purples in this palette, but there aren't like a ton of mattes. There's only like 2 purple mattes and the rest are like blue or natural. So I'm gonna take this brush, which is their E126. It looks just like this, just a very fluffy blending brush. I'll show all the brushes. I'll line them up so you can see them. So I'll show you the blending brushes first and then we'll go into the other ones. So these are all of the blending brushes and these are super nice. And these are the other 5 brushes. So you do get a angled brush and this one comes with a spoolie. And then you get, this one would be great for like highlighting the inner corner and brow bone. And then you get like this one. This is the type of brush I like to use to contour my nose just because it fits perfectly in there. And then you get a fluffier pencil brush and this one. I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which is like a lavender. I'm gonna try and do like a lavender eye. There are not a ton of purple mattes in here, which is weird because the palette's called Violets, and purple is a violet color. So I'm gonna start off with this and see how we go. Hopefully it is pigmented. I like this brush. Wow, this is nice. For $1, like this brush is $1. That's really nice. So I definitely built this up a ton. I'm not mad at this. It's really hard to make a color like this. So if I'm getting any pigment payoff, it's pretty good, but I did have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth a bunch of times, which honestly, I could care less about. It is what it is. So from here, that's where I have a problem. So I'm gonna have to go into like some of the blues in this palette. So I think I'm going to use this shade right here. I did a look like this. I didn't show how I did it on my channel, but I did do it like for when I went through my foundations, like declutter my foundations, I did a similar look to this. So I'm gonna try and recreate it. For that look, I used the Profusion Festival palette. I'm using the 128 brush, which is just like like a really small blending brush, which I really like. That's basically what it looks like. I probably should never have put that lavender shade down. So I'm gonna go ahead and intensify the crease, and I'm gonna use this shade right here. So basically that's what I wanna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so that looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease with the concealer just because I wanna see how it works. And let's try it out. I'm gonna squeeze out a little bit more. Let's see how this goes. So far I'm liking the eyes. So I'm just gonna use my Morphe 421. It's just a really good brush to cut out the crease. It's not roasting. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering. This concealer is really nice. For it to cover up a blue eyeshadow like that is pretty intense. So we'll see how this goes on the under eyes, but I'm like impressed. Now that we are done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade, Idea, and put that on. So I'm just gonna take that shade, that icy blue shade, and I'm gonna put it on first. We're not gonna wet it yet. I just wanna see how this goes. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yes, queen. That is nice. It's not crumbly at all. I didn't have to spray it. Granted, I am using it over like wet concealer. I didn't have to do much to get that to be like, to pop. So on the outer corner, I think I'm gonna use the same shade I used in my crease and use that to clean up the outer edges. I really like the way this came out. This actually looks really nice. All in all, I really like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do some liner, put some lashes on. I'll do my foundation and then we'll try the concealer. And then we will pop back into this palette for the under eyes. So I will be right back. Hang tight. You'll see me in a second. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished up the eyes. I did some liner. And I am wearing the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation in the shade medium tan, and I look hella orange. Okay, let's try this concealer. I'm excited. Again, this is in the shade Nude. I'm just gonna use this Wet n Wild brush, which this one doesn't have a name. It's just like a flat paddle brushish thing. So basically I'm gonna have some light under eyes, which is actually good because I need to make this work. I look crazy, but we're gonna blend this out. As far as concealer goes, this doesn't blend out the easiest. So I'm just gonna use a brush. This is the Morphe 173. It's just a concealer brush. It's a little bit on the thicker side. Like I said, when I popped it out on my palette, it's definitely very thick. So if you do not like that kind of texture under your eyes, then I definitely would not recommend this. So it's a little bit difficult to blend out. Not as bad as their other concealer they used to have, which I think they still have it on their website. But it was that one was really bad. Like you could not like let that sit for too long. But this you can blend out, but just be wary that it is a thicker formula. I would say this concealer, as far as coverage wise, is similar to the ColourPop No Filter concealer. Like it's very similar to that, so it's not very full coverage. It's even a little bit more full coverage than that one, but I would say it's around there. So it's like medium to full, Definitely covering up my stuff, and it's definitely making my foundation a little bit lighter. I don't see a huge amount of creasing. I'm not gonna powder my face like right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit and see if it does crease. On the packaging, it says that it's a natural finish. I would say it's more on the matte side. Like, it's creamy and everything, but it's definitely more like, it doesn't, my under eyes don't look hydrated. Like, it almost set itself. It's a little sticky. It's not really like, creasing, which is good. I'm like kind of waiting to powder my face down. It's because I want to see if it creases, and I don't see anything. Usually I'm like, when you put concealer on, like in a minute it'll crease. So I'm actually really happy with this, but just don't be fooled. Like, it's not gonna be like super hydrating, not like the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer, which I love that concealer. It's not like that. It's not hydrating. It's more of like a just very creamy, but kind of dries down. So let me go powder my face down, do some bronzer and blush and highlight, and then we'll come back into the under eye. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back, still looking orange, but we're gonna deal with it. It's all good. I don't know if it's like the lights that making me look orange. Like, I'm orange. I'm an Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa. Popping back into the Violet to Blue palette, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade right here, and then on the AOA Studio brush, which this one is the E115, it's just like a straight brush, so I'm gonna take that and just put it as close as I can to the lash line. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye, and then I'm gonna take their Shop Massé E132, which is this one right here, which is from this collection. I'm gonna take the shade right here, just blend that out. Are you guys like me? Like, I love buying new brushes, but I hate using them because I hate that they get dirty. Does that mean I'm a sociopath? Nice brush, worked really well. I like the way this looks. It made it a little bit more smoky. Let me do my lips really quick, and then we will wrap everything up, and I'll tell you what I liked and what I did not like. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. I am really obsessed with these eyes. I am super impressed by this palette. I feel like if the colorful ones are going to work, then the neutral ones are definitely going to work. And I really am excited. I really want to try the neutral, and I want to do a neutral look. Oh, I didn't highlight my inner corner or my brow. I'm just going to use the AOA Studio E134, which is like this tiny, tiny brush. And I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm gonna try it without wetting it and see how this goes. Wow, that was really nice. I feel like this palette is literally amazing. Just be aware that some of the shades in here are powdery. The shimmers are not crumbly at all. So I'm really happy to report that. I'm definitely going to do a look maybe on Instagram using some of the neutrals in this palette, but I'm really happy. I think this is like really nice. The shades are pigmented, they blend really well. The shimmers are gorgeous. The eyes look so good. You would think that this was with a very expensive palette. Just so you guys are aware, Shop Massé does take a really long time to like be delivered because everything is coming from like China. So I don't know. But if you like, I like this palette, but I don't want to have to wait for it, then I would just go to Profusion and get like the festival palette, because I did do this look with the festival palette, and it's pretty much the same price. It's like 10 bucks. If you have been using Shop Massé single shadows and you know how good they are and you know they work, they're pigmented, they're blendable, the shimmers are gorgeous, then you need to pick up a palette, girl. This is really, really nice. Like I said, I'm going to pop up on the screen the other palettes that they have available. Future me has probably already done that. If you are the type of person that really likes colors but also likes their neutrals, then this is kind of a good one. One of them I know is online, at least it looks like it's all matte, so that can be fun if you're not into shimmer. But girl, I mean, like, look at this shimmery blue on the lid, forget it. So all in all, I'm impressed and I really like it, and I'll be using this for sure. If you're planning on picking up this palette from Shop Massé, definitely get the concealer as well. I really like this. This is really nice. Their other concealer was like a no, so this one is really nice. Like I said before, Shop Massé has a bunch of different brands, but this is like from their AOA Studio brand, so I am impressed. It's a thicker formula. It is a little bit more matte than it said. It was said that it was going to be like very natural finish. I don't agree with that. I think it's a more of a matte finish, but like it goes on really nicely. It is a thicker, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to blend out. Didn't crease on me, obviously I said it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know down in the comments if there's anything else from Shop and Save that you want me to try or any video you want to see on my channel. I hope all your presents are wrapped. I hope you are done shopping. I hope that you are relaxing before Christmas and that you have like the best Christmas. I am not in the Christmas spirit this year. I do not know why. Like I am like, and it's like the entire year, like Thanksgiving snuck up on me, Christmas snuck up on me, like my birthday snuck up on me. Like it's just not been the best year for me. As far as holidays go, everything else has been fine. I'm healthy. I'm alive. I'm alive. There will definitely be a video up on Friday. I think I'm going to do a full face of Five Below. That might change. We'll see. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate you and have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you as always in my next one. Bye guys.